Hello, Faith Church family. It is a privilege and an honor to be with you today. I pray all is well with you and your family. I was blessed to participate in an ambassador member of Team Liberia that traveled to Liberia, Africa in October 2019. The primary purpose was to support and encourage the Liberian Advent Christian Church leaders as they convened for their annual leadership conference in the city of Buchanan, Liberia. Approximately 40 delegates from 13 Advent Christian churches across the country of Liberia attended the meeting. Our team provided teaching, training, and essential wellness medical services to the delegates and to the surrounding community. We were blessed to distribute to each pastor an audio Bible that contained the New Testament Bible in the Bassa dialect language. English is the official language of Liberia, but many of the delegates speak various dialects. The leaders were excited to hear the New Testament in their local language when Reverend Bryce Whiting gave a demonstration of the audio Bible. An MP3 player is an excellent tool for parishioners who do not read or understand English very well. Thank you, Faith Church, for contributing to the purchase of these audio Bibles. I also assisted Bryce Whiting in various teaching on making disciples and sermon preparations. Many of the pastors there do not have access to biblical reference materials, so it was a challenge for them to grow in their teaching and preaching skills. At this time, I will share a PowerPoint presentation. As you see on the screen here, I have the map of the country of Liberia. Liberia, which is officially called the Republic of Liberia, is a country on the West African coast. It is bordered by Sierra Leone on to the northwest, Guinea to its north, the Ivory Coast to its east, and the Atlantic Ocean to its south and southwest. It covers an area of approximately 111,000 square kilometers and has a population of approximately 4.9 million people. English, as I said, is the official language, but there are over 20 indigenous languages spoken, representing the numerous ethnic groups who make up more than 95% of the population. The country's capital and largest city is Monrovia. Here is Monrovia. This is where we landed on our first day. We landed at the airport in Monrovia. We stayed in Monrovia for about two days, and then we traveled for about 4 days. We traveled to Buchanan, where we stayed 4 days in order to do the conference. This is where all the delegates from across the Advent churches from Liberia gathered. It was in Buchanan, Liberia, and they came from all over, as you can see. This slide here represents the team members. Starting here to the left, we have Chase. He was from North Carolina. We have Paul. He was from the state of New York, I believe. Here's myself. We have Chelsea from New Hampshire, along with Emily from New Hampshire. We have Pastor John from Maine, and we also have our leader Bryce Whiting from Connecticut. It was 5 guys and 2 young ladies, as you can see. When we arrived in Monrovia, we stayed in a hotel called Echo Hotel. These are shots, scenery shots from the balcony of our hotel of Monrovia, the surrounding neighborhood here. We was able to visit on that Saturday to the New Jerusalem Advent Christian Church, which was about a mile away from our hotel. We was able to walk there on a Saturday, and we had the opportunity to meet the pastor, Pastor Steve, and we met his wife. At the time of this photo, they were at home. They were not at the church. They were at home. His wife runs a restaurant from her house, and this is Pastor Steve. Connected to the church is the Reverend Harold Patterson Advent Christian School. They run a school from I believe ages K through the middle school, and this is just a picture of one of the classrooms that is adjacent to the church building. They also use the church sanctuary for classes, as well as having separate classes for the various ages. This is a scene outside of the church. This is the scene here to the left, the scene on that Saturday. As far as the neighboring hood in front of the church grounds. This is taken from the church porch, the New Jerusalem Advent Church. And on the scene picture to the right is the scene after church services on that Sunday with some of the members fellowshipping outside of the church. Next, we have just pictures from the service on that Sunday. That first Sunday was there. This is just pictures of two of our members, Chase and Paul. Here's a picture to the left. Paul is talking to Moses. He is the youth pastor, and he's also the principal of the Advent Christian School throughout the week. These are children that gathered outside after the service, and they actually sang a song for us as we fellowship with them, some of the village children. We had an opportunity later on that first Sunday to travel to a beach, and we was able to view the Atlantic Ocean. And so this is my first time seeing the Atlantic Ocean from another part of the world. So I've seen it from the African coast of Liberia. And this is just a picture of some of the team members gathering and relaxing on the beach. Later, on the next few days, we was able to travel to Buchanan. And this is a picture of the Buchanan Advent Christian Church from across the road. And adjacent to the Advent Church is a building which we use for the medical clinic, right next to the church. This is a picture of the pastor of the Buchanan Advent Church, and he's also actually the leader of the conference, the Liberian Conference of Advent Christian Churches. His name is Moses Ba, and this is Bryce Whiting. The first time we was there, the children's choir gave us a selection of songs. Here's a picture of the audio Bible, the MP3 player that contained the New Testament in the Boston language. This is the device that was distributed to all the pastors that attended the conference, to have them to give them the opportunity to hear the language, the New Testament in their own language. Reverend Price gave out new neckties to all the pastors who attended. So this is just one of the pictures of the pastors gathered after they have received their gift of neckties from Reverend Price. The ladies, Reverend Price's wife, Barbara, sent doilies, and the doilies were given out to the ladies who were at the conference. And the ladies actually used these doilies for head coverings, as you can see. This is a picture of me teaching on the discipleship, how to make disciples and how to also to make volunteers in the church. And this is me doing that teaching. Next, we have pictures of Chase. Chase is with Emily and Chelsea at the medical clinic, and he's there fellowshipping with those that are waiting to use those services there. Picture here to the right is Bryce teaching on sermon preparation, one of the several sessions that he taught on sermon preparation. This is a continuation of the teaching on sermon preparation. This was a separate session. This was held outside of the church. I believe at the time the electricity had gone down, so we went outside, and Bryce continued teaching on sermon preparation. He actually broke up the delegates into small groups, and let them discuss how to put together a sermon. And this is Moses Bob, the pastor of the church. He was also at this point the translator at this point in time of this particular session. This is just a picture of the team leaving the medical center and leaving the church on our way back to our guest house in Buchanan, which was about, like I said, about a mile away. So it's like a 15, 20-minute walk to where we stayed and slept. We also had an opportunity to visit a second Advent Christian school in Buchanan. This school was not connected to the church. It is connected to the church, but it used a different building. It was located in a different part of the city. And so we were able to go and visit these children as well. And this is the entrance to the school. And this lady on the right is one of the church mothers. It was actually in her home many years ago that the Advent Church was planted in Buchanan. She was a founding member in her home many years ago for the Advent Church in Buchanan. This is additional pictures of this church in Buchanan, the second Advent Christian school in Buchanan. This is just a picture of the kids. This was about, I'm guessing, between 70 to 100 children. And this is just an outdoor, outside shot of the school building as well. Additional pictures included in front of the building where there is a water pump that gave clean water, not only to the students of the school, but this water pump, even though it was on the school's property, is used by the community. So all those in this particular village that needs clean water can come to this water pump that is located in front of the Advent Christian School. Again, the ages of these children range from about kindergarten up through middle school. And these are just various pictures of the children as we interact with them. We gave them pencils, so they was able to pose with their pencils. This was one of the gifts that we gave. I know Pastor Bryce gave the principal their iPad for the school use as well. So these are just pictures of the children after we had our session with them, and we just talking with them outside. This is just a picture of our team member, Paul. He had an opportunity to be taxied on a motorbike. And so this is just a picture of him arriving back from one of his errands after being taxied by one of the local drivers. In this particular picture, he is ministering to one of the young people in prayer. Pastor John was very gifted in connecting with children. He has such a grandfatherly way of demeanor that he was able to just take simple drawings and attract children to him and to teach them about God, about the gospel of Jesus Christ. The children, they were attracted to John in the way that he talked with them and engaged with them. He's a very engaging gentleman. The two lady team members, Chelsea and Emily, they were very instrumental in how we ministered to the ladies there and to the population in Liberia. In this particular scene, they are ministering to a lady one-on-one in spiritual counseling. But their main gifting there was also, their primary gifting to this trip was in the medical, the wellness services. They were able to give like blood pressure tests, eye exams. They checked the height. They checked the weight. They gave out reading glasses to those that need it. Here on the left, Chelsea is taking the blood pressure of one of the pastors who was the delegate. And on the right, she's taking the blood test of one of the ladies who also attended the conference as well. Chelsea and Emily were very popular with the children. They were very engaging with the children. Their children really loved to come around and to be with them as they ministered to the community, as you can see. And this is another picture. This was on, I believe, the last Saturday we was there. No, maybe the last Sunday that we was there in Buchanan, just before we went back to Monrovia. There's a picture of Emily and Chelsea with the children and the balloons that they had received from us. Also on the last days there, they gave us appreciation gifts. This is on that Sunday. They pinned different tokens of appreciation on our shirts. And I believe this is that Saturday prior to that Sunday where we had a group picture with all the delegates, with all the pastors. Pastor Baugh and Pastor Dubain also received gifts from Pastor Whiting. This is on the last Sunday in Buchanan. Pastor Baugh received the shirt, and Pastor Dubain, who was the main translator throughout the conference, they both received gifts from us for their service. We also had the opportunity just to have some fresh coconuts. I never had fresh coconuts, so this is the first time I had fresh coconuts there. So this was great. And just to conclude, some of the food that we ate rice a lot and fish almost every day. And there's one dish where we had fried greens that was with peppers. So again, I want to thank each and every one of you at Faith Church for your prayers, and thank you for your financial contributions that allowed me to go to Liberia. And this is a brief presentation. I know we all staying at home, we all can't gather, but at least I wanted just to let you know how much I appreciate all your support, and just give you a little tidbit of what I experienced in Liberia. May God bless you.